新的赛季我们还是以挑战者的姿态，然后再进行我们联赛的比赛，因为我们队伍还没有拿过 LPL 的冠军，所以会为了这个目标去努力。
Bit of an insight there. Still, IG haven't been LPL champions, but that doesn't matter after what we just saw. I'm sure it's coming soon, Raz.
Yeah, I feel like every champion that comes in, they never want to see themselves as number one. Like, you always want to come in with a challenger mentality. Otherwise, you know, maybe you slip up. Feel like IG slipped up a few times at the beginning points against Rogue Warriors, but they always learn and get better, and that's probably the best. That's the best aspect about it.
Never mind that, because that game was just absolutely so fun to watch. And after game one, I think we've got a good track record for Ning coming forward. He's our MVP once again.
He's 5 for 5.
That's not bad.
He's 5 for 5 for MVPs. Every game Invictus Gaming has played so far this split, he has won an MVP.
Even a high kill percentage as well, but they're focusing on the kills, because that's what he was. He was a bloodthirsty animal once again.
Yeah, Red Kayn conquers Kayn. Let's see this champion get played more. Hashtag bring Kayn back. I love Kayn so much. And just watching how this 2v4 plays out, sure, it starts out with Jiang Chao coming off, you know, a little bit unguarded. But that's a lot of people that Kayn is able to cut down. The Shy is able to cut back from. And of course, Rookie comes in eventually and helps out. I don't even think they needed the help. He came in just to steal the Quadra.
He was probably fine. Yeah, he wanted to deny Ning and just push him down that little bit further. Double knockups there from Kayn every single engage. And IG just had their eyes on the prize, even when they were testing new things.
Yeah, testing. I feel like it's a new thing about pushing Kayn into competitive. Ning has tried to do it in the past, and it's always been difficult finding ways to achieve that. But man, I love how preseason has really jumped in, like put in a lot of damage in like a few junglers, mid laners as well with the easy 20. We're seeing more Elise damage. That's how crazy it is so far. Elise support coming in from Griffin, more Elise jungle in solo queue. Kayn is a little bit too, just because he was already pretty good at skirmishing. His weakest point was pre-6, evolution. He's always just basically a half jungler because he doesn't really deal that much damage, and he doesn't have the CC that you would able to get from Red Kayn or the damage you'd want for Blue Kayn. But I think that helps out and pushes him in the early game.
And before the evolution, there was actually these windows for Rogue Warriors to kind of push their way into that mid game. It never happened, even with Wuji picking up, I think, the first Ash of the LPL.
Yeah, and it's really hard for Rogue Warriors because you don't want to put your best player on Ash duty. You never want that. But the issue is that across the board, Rogue Warriors just lack talent. I think Hwatian had a great game, but going into the mid and late game, there were some weird execution errors. And I think that he wasn't able to control his team and how these team fights really worked out because he was coming in far too late sometimes because, you know, the trigger was pulled really early on. And I think that if Hwatian evolves into that secondary threat, then Rogue Warriors really have something in their grasp. But right now, it's just the Zhang Wuji show, which makes it easier for every team to just pile members into the bottom lane and make it difficult.
Because Kahlua is playing protective duty again, walking away from the Gragas support, which he's picked up more times than I can probably count. This was a moment from Jackie Love and Baolan, though.
This was a moment specifically from Zhang Wuji. His Enchanted Crystal Arrow being able to nail down Jackie Love brought them back in this game. That being said, you see the havoc that Kayn brings anyways. But take a look at Zhang Wuji still being able to kite this one back out. At least nets the kill, even though he himself dies to this madman. But it's real fun. Even when he's on Ashe, he's still able to show something beautiful. So you still, if you're watching Rogue Warriors, if you're a fan of them, Zhang Wuji is your flag bearer at this point.
It's hard to get behind the new Rogue Warriors, though, after that performance in Game 1. It's not the lack of performance, more the fact that IG still brought their game faces towards the end of that game anyway. Posing towards maybe more of the draft now, Raz, and we've got the Shy stepping out of the top lane. We got Duke back in, so I don't know how things are going to go.
Yeah, that one's going to be a big change, just because last time Jiang Chao got rocked in lane. There's no other way to put it. He just got like slammed in just constant trades. And then now when Jiang Chao also he's stepping back with Zhao Yun. He's like, wait a minute, now Duke is coming in? What?
This is the
you
game
couldn't start the series with Duke?
They knew.
So I think this irons out top lane a little bit more. It stabilizes a bit. It just depends on how Duke ends up playing, but he's far more of a stabilizer and team fighter in comparison to how the Shy plays. And we're going to be focusing more so on how mid lane and bottom lane works, which is actually worse for Rogue Warriors because they really wanted them, pressure to be pulled away from the bottom lane. they want to be able to empower Jungwooji a little bit more. I don't expect the Ashe to be played once again. It works well when you're going up against the Kayn, but because it's an extra way to just stop him in his tracks. But you need to be able to free up Jungwooji. I like the Kalista pickup he had earlier on in the week, in week 1, and I think that something like going back to something like that, early lane dominance while still having the CC so you can control the fights is something that I love.
On that note as well, Wooji has picked up, from my recollection, a different AD carry each and every game. Ashe is number 6 on the list, I believe.
Yeah.
So if he wants to continue this trend, then something like a Quinn is coming up next. I'm not too sure.
Maybe we get go straight into the APs, the Karthus.
Oh, yeah.
We saw the Nico earlier on today. But no, he's just going to remain on the ADs. I'm feeling comfortable about his Vayne pickup. Remember, for people who are wondering who he is, he's that Vayne streamer. One trick, super popular coming into the squad. Here's the swap up in the top lane. It doesn't change them identity-wise. They should still have their top laner purely as a team fighter, not for his laning phase.
Because both top laners are switching out. Remember, it is Duke coming back in. The Shy has taken a back foot once again. The Shy's only played 2 games this season. Duke, this is going to be number 4.
Usually they do give Duke a lot of games during the regular season, because when it comes down to the games that matter, I'm talking about playoff performances and then international performances, the Shy is expected to play. But you want to give Duke the games earlier on so you can actually utilize your double threat. Duke comes in, the Shy comes in, they come in with their own champions. The Shy is a lot more focused on his solo lanes. Duke still has great solo lanes too, but if we're just focused on the stats, everyone in IG has that.
Yeah.
It's just more so the fact that he is more in tune with the team and team fights. He's been in China for a lot longer. He's honestly worked with IG much longer than the Shy has had. So I'm more comfortable with his team fighting if we're just talking about communication-wise.
Because at the moment we've seen a lot of Aatrox coming out of Duke. When I say a lot, I mean 2 games. And now when he's played 4 games, that's kind of like a 50%. So keep that in the back of your mind.
Oh, yes.
With the team fights coming up again.
Stats.
Duke, yeah, hot stats at that. I think Duke will be someone we keep our eyes focused on dimly. As you said before, mid lane, bottom lane again. Back to Rogue Warriors. Hwatian got ahead on the Aurelia, but wasn't able to take these fights out due to Ning being a pain in the ass, to be quite honest.
Yes, he is. And he's, you know what? Hwatian is still picking the Aurelia, even after what was a pretty lackluster week 1.
Yeah.
Better performances. So I think if you are Hwatian coming into this 4th game, he's going to go back to it. I think he's going to go back to the Aurelia option. It's going to be on IG to either take it away or deal with it. I think they're pretty comfortable just dealing with it. I think we're going to see another Aurelia game. The only thing that I'm wondering is that I don't think Galio is going to be there for Invictus Gaming. It's way too strong because Rookie is neutralizing the matchup and is able to free himself so early on. Oh, wow, it's not even banned. Surprise, surprise.
No, at IG, they have the final ban, the final say as well. And unless Hwatian wants to pick that up first rotation, we're going to see exactly what IG are going to do. It's the Aurelia, so Hwatian has to pick something new.
Please do. Rogue Warriors' strategy of protecting their AD carry, I think that Galio is pretty core to that. If they're bringing Aurelia back in and trying to focus on the lane when they're going up against Rookie, that's a bad call.
They pick instead the Kai'Sa. 2nd game of Kai'Sa now for Wooji, instead of going towards something like the Galio.
Yeah, focusing on the late game. He's great in both late. I mean, he's just a fantastic player. I don't really have to talk about any phase of the game that he's been strong in. I think his Kai'Sa is great. He just needs his team to pick up his early game so he can actually get to his 2 and 3 item breakpoint.
When you speak about the early game, IG say, yeah, we can answer that. That's Lucian just slammed down for Jackie Love. Oh, hang on, we've been through this. Maybe not Jackie Love.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm not really confident with... Wow, okay.
Okay, talk about a slam lock-in.
All right.
They're just like, hey, let's cleanse, let's do it. That's probably a no got top.
Sejuani too. This is going to be hectic. They got a whiff of what was happening in last game. There were a few, I'm not going to say clown fiestas, but like some questionable plays being picked up. And guess who thrives in questionable plays?
It's going to be...
It's going to be Kled.
Well, yeah.
Kled.
I was just going to say Rogue Warriors in general.
Yeah,
after
I like that answer too.
And after what we've already seen of the Sejuani, that does not have to be jungle. So keep that in the back of your mind as well.
That's true. As the CC, can help out, Kai'Sa, if they ever find a CC lockdown in bottom lane, she can just jump in. That's true. I always love how blue side pick bans go through for some creative teams. I really want Rogue Warriors to be a creative team. If they want to protect Jungwooji, they have to be creative about their solo laners, because if we're just talking about pound for pound talent, Hwatian's going to lose to Rookie.
Yep.
Zhao Yun's going to lose to Duke. That is an expectation we are going to set. So creativity, get them in, push them into these team fights is what's necessary.
It starts with the Kled and shuts down the Kane. So at least for IG, they have to change things around just that little bit. But there's a couple of flexes on both sides with support bans from IG. They've locked down their Alistar. And now, what do you pick up?
Look, I would be surprised if Lee Sin gets locked down. Okay,
yes.
okay.
I'm okay with that.
You know what? Ning is actually a fantastic Lee Sin player. Didn't play it as much in the last year, but has gone towards it pretty frequently in 2017. And when he was on Young Miracles, that was his go-to. Rogue Warriors, if you lock this in, you're saying, we're fighting. We're scrapping. We're picking up some boxing gloves. We're forming in as a team. All right, Ornn works too.
Well, there's been some big changes to Ornn in 9.1, and we haven't seen him as much as we expected to, but finally, Zhao Yun in Game 2. This is going to be the smackdown. And look, you're already going crazy. Just go the full mile.
Yeah, why not, right? Yeah, there we go. You gotta throw down the gauntlet. It's gotta weigh something.
Even Stakes going, all
if
right.
you throw the gauntlet and you hear nothing, the team's not gonna be that worried. But if they hear a thick clunk, you're like, okay, you know, we gotta hold on a little bit. Yasuo being picked up with the knockup that Sejuani and the Ornn provides. Team fight galore for Rogue Warriors.
Oh, well, but IG just fight back, Raz. First, we got the Lee Sin. Now we have Rookie's LeBlanc. This is going to be a volatile matchup because it is the Yasuo mid lane for now. Don't expect that to be swapping over, and Rookie's just thrown out the gauntlet.
Call your friends, text your friends. I don't know what people do
Tell
these
them
days.
what's going on.
WeChat your friends is what we're
That's
doing. Like, just let them know this game's happening. This is pretty awesome to see. Rookie on his LeBlanc, Ning on his Lee Sin. We are going to be seeing so many plays dictated around mid lane. Hua Qian has to show us something. If he falls when he throws down the gauntlet, when he's the one that says, I'm picking Yasuo, and he falls to Rookie's LeBlanc, we got an issue, all right? That's when your doubters start to come in pretty hot on Weibo.
If you want to start, for those of you who don't know, I learned about Weibo a week ago. If you want to know what the LPL's like, well, stay tuned to this game, because this is going to give us a very good indication. Rogue Warriors are the upstarts in a sense. They are not the team favored for very good reason against IG.
And this is why when they came into the offseason, picked up their Rung LDL roster and brought them into the LPL, their theme were, Warriors.
Yeah.
Across the board, they changed their names. The only one that didn't was literally Killua, because there's no hiding there. We know who you are. They were all historical, ancient Chinese, Three Kingdom warriors. And you know what? This is their identity. Stake says, this is who you are, whether you like it or not. You're not split pushing, you're grouping. Get away from that side lane. You're coming towards the Dragons, the Barons, and the bottom lane.
We're going to start these fights up. You got a Yasuo, you got a Kled. You know what the indication is here from Rogue Warriors. You know from IG that they're ready to throw the gauntlet out as well. It doesn't matter if it's the Shy or Duke. You got the fat Urgot up top lane. But you got a Lee Sin. And that throws a spanner in the works, one that IG are happy to throw. Rogue Warriors, if you didn't have fans in the first game, I'm sure Game 2 has made new ones. I'm going to say better than Game 1. Like, Rogue Warriors legitimately actually have some support. And after that draft, why wouldn't you? Yasuo, Kled, making their debut into Rogue Warriors roster.
Yeah, big fan, big fan. Just taking a look at it, I mean, the solo laners, no surprise here. Rookie on his LeBlanc. Ignite, Electrocute. One thing in mind for that one. Ignite for Hua Qian, there's no other way you would do it. So, one thing that is really tricky, and remember in China, Week 1 was played at the same time as, it was like 9.1, but live wasn't 9.1.
Correct.
Not a lot of people were comfortable or knew how to play around with the new Sejuani damage. A lot of people were really messing up. IG was #1. Actually, IG messed up a lot when they were going up against Sejuani, not knowing how the 2v2 interactions work around mid. I think they have enough practice in dealing with it. So, Sejuani, passive proc alongside a melee champion like Yasuo. it's really frustrating to deal with, and that's something that they're going to have to work around with Ning.
As you said, it's been a bit of time. It's been a week since we started in week number 1, so teams have adapted to this new meta, this new style, and that is surprising that Rogue Warriors actually have some support behind them. I don't know what the Colonel's thinking this time.
We'll see soon enough. He's not comfortable making an opinion before some stats are being thrown around.
Kahlua just gets bullied around. That is not a good level 1 start for the Ornn support.
Yeah, we didn't expect a strong lane from the Ornn. What we expected was strong scaling. When we're talking about Ornn, one of the changes that he really found was just through the items that got added. Remember, he's laning alongside a Kai'Sa.
Yeah.
Later, the Rune King is going to be so much stronger when she upgrades that, so that's something to really watch out for. These items are going to mean so much later on. Jung Wooji is going to be super powered.
And with the update to Ornn, remember that it is a free item upgrade now. It is just so much more powerful having an Ornn on your team. Kai'Sa, Yasuo, the Kled. Later this game goes, the stronger it feels for Rogue Warriors having a backup plan against the lane-dominant IG.
100%.
For Invictus Gaming, able to push these lanes in. It's about whether they can get to this point. Wooji bullied around once again by Baolan, but he takes the bottom end of that trade. Finally, Kahlua surviving long enough to get back.
But they're getting consistently pushed in under tower here. And that was the initial worry based off of the Alistar illusion. And also, Alistar just a great diving champion. Not going to happen now, of course, but that's where you have to really hone in on the mid lane 2v2. If that works poorly for Rogue Warriors, then the Silk Road from mid lane to bottom lane is real. This is the first line of defense. Hua-Chen cannot fall.
It is the first gank coming out from Ning. Sonic Wave ignites down there as well. It lands and he's in. Lee Syndrome works out well. Ning, first blood and survives.
And he's out. Sejuani's hot in his tracks. Too slow though.
Can't get there.
Too slow. If only that beast actually knew how to run. What's the point at this one? Why not just get on your own 2 feet?
It would be so much faster. Suju not being there means that it goes freely over to the jungler. The Lee Sin has first blood, and Rookie gets a lane to himself.
Yeah, he does need to push out so he can base, but at this point, our first fears were actually realized. I would say the best thing Hua-Chen has going for him is the fact that he's still going to pick up this wave, and the kill goal didn't go to Rookie, it went to Ning. So, the 1v1 is not that much in danger. What is a 2v2. Ning is going to come back closer to his warriors than he was last. So we'll have to see how that fares.
Clears out the rest of his jungle, now going back, had a start of a health feed, and that's going to advance to so much more. IG's bottom lane start again onto Wooji, ignite down, double knock up from Kahlua, might save the day. Wooji gets the exhaust onto Jaculo. Actually, the support here, the turnaround from Rogue Warriors denied, but Baolan almost costing his life.
Yeah, great all in though, which I love from Jaculo. No exhaust there for Kahlua while he's on the defense. Makes the dive threat all the more real when it's already a 10 CS advantage there for Jaculo.
To the top side though, our focus diverts as Suju is here. Duke pushed out.
Let's go for it.
Led in the lane, will demount for now, but the engage continues on. Duke taking so much damage. Ning's not there in time. The flash is out, pushed all the way back, and he remounts. Zhao Yun gets a kill, response top.
So close to the tri-bush. He was getting there. And he gotten out of the range. Remember, Sejuani's range is now significantly less. Traded that for damage in the previous patch. But was still in. Got stunned, got killed. Really well done from Suzu.
Top lane for Rogue Warriors. That's their in. Bottom lane from IG continues to push in. And the responses from junglers now even more crucial in this game. Ning not able to get there means that for Suju, he's able to even things out a little bit and get some deeper vision towards that Riverside jungle.
Yeah, good ward, but that's not really going to help you out. You're just losing more minions under tower, more turret platings. He's really close to losing the second one, but they had to move up and away. But this is the worry. Remember, Invictus Gaming won that World Championship based off of what was early game focused lanes and snowballing, right? Now moving through preseason, comes into the 2019 season, and guess what? It's gone even more farther in that direction with the introduction of turret plating gold. Dragons being that much more influential because of the buffs that they received. They are now much stronger because they can just really focus on the early lanes.
With the thumbs up, maybe feels the same sentiment. Speaking of that turret plating, still that second one to be taken as Ning is around the bottom side of the map, but he's been spotted out by a ward.
They're coming for him.
Wuji's coming in. He cannot take the Krug, and Ning's forced out at half health.
At least he went out early. A lot of people would stay a little longer until they can get the Krugs and then leave. But he recognized that people were closing in on him.
Good response from Suju though, goes up, takes the red, knowing Ning is bottom side. He'll go back to his own blue after the trade-off.
And he's really supported Zhao Yun really well. Remember, take a look at the CS difference here. It's a 10 CS difference in favor of Zhao Yun. He has his Tiamat 2 while having Sejuani in his back pocket. This is exactly what Rogue Warriors needed. They needed another lane to be succeeding, Huatian to be effective early on, and that's giving space and time for Wuji to farm up.
It's a change from Zhao Yun to Zheng Chao. This is the Game 1, Game 2 difference. The carry threat versus the tank. It seems to be working out. We're back in the mid lane where Ning has just found himself another one. Sonic Wave misses, but the Ignite does not. Huatian jumps back in for the shield, but it's not enough.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The execution wasn't there for Ning. Just great way to start it all off. I mean, the chain landed, and now it's Rogue Warriors just hunting for Duke. Why not?
Zhao Yun is all the way up in this first brush, and Duke is playing it very safe, while the mid lane turret just loses free plating.
It's a lesson for everyone out there. When your jungler is actually achieving something very beneficial on the opposite side of the map, why do you even have to do anything? Don't. You're just providing an opportunity for the enemy jungler. So what Duke does is waits. He just waits it out until he realizes that like it's safe to go. Lee Sin is now passing topside, so now he can try and trade back into Zhao Yun.
And the response from IG is just as simple as that. They get turret plating bottom, they get turret plating mid, they push out, they deny more creeps as Wuji's forced to respond. There is now a 20 CS lead to this bottom lane, 20 to the mid lane. And Duke's even caught up on the top lane clip.
Yeah, isn't this fun? You know, if you're Wuji here. From last season to this season, if you're playing under tower, you're like, at least we can play under tower and get CS, we're fine. But no, now they actually just accrue gold passively, 160 each time from taking down the tower plating. So just combined, Baolan and Jakilov has received so much here, 320, just by just hitting the tower, just chipping it out.
Next back is Blade of the Ruin King for Jakilov, mark my words. Kahlua and Wuji are left here on a BF sword and an attempted engage. Kahlua does have Call of the Forge God if Shuzu wants to come to the bottom side, but he's top right now contesting for Scuttle.
It's an awkward moment. It's like when you turn the corner and you're just about to clang your head into someone else.
Culling out onto Wuji, the engage started. Kahlua doesn't need to use the ultimate, Wuji walks away.
It's my favorite moment. We're just going to move away from it right as it happens.
Why not? Let's go mid lane, because Electrocute proc is too much for Huatian to handle. They turn on to Jakilov. Kahlua is just having a great time. Wuji opts into the backside against Jakilov, flashes around him. Jakilov walking to the turret, has nowhere to go. Wuji with the kill and the heal. Rogue Warriors now need to get their 80 carry out, but with Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike, put the thumbs up. It's Ning for the response.
It's so sad that even in the best 2v2 situation Zhang Wuji and Kahlua got for themselves. Oh, what are you doing?
He's building, gets kicked back, Sonic Wave again. Here goes Kahlua, great knock-up timing. Baolan takes it for a little bit too long. At 1 HP, he exits, but underneath the turret, Ning misses again. Has to flash out the Tebow thumbs up, and BM from Kahlua is fantastic.
Look, I love that moment. He can build whatever he wants. Don't interrupt my man.
He eventually builds what he wanted to build, but this time does it at the fountain in the safety of his base.
Take a look at this once again, because like this was a great moment from Zhang Wuji and Kahlua. I think Kahlua did a lot of DPS. Here we go. Because here he is, passive damage Orin has about like 25% just off the get-go. Zhang Wuji evades Baolan with his own ultimate. And so while Ning comes in here to try and defend him, thank the Lord, didn't mean too much because the kill already went down. It's just sad. I feel for Zhang Wuji. Throws down the emote because better jungler wins.
Yeah. I'm not even sure that's the case after that turret dive. There will be a Rift Herald as a response, so at least we're seeing the motion here from Rogue Warriors jungler. Still excited to see where Ning goes next, because Ning at the moment is heading towards the top side of the map, looking to shut down the Kled even further, who's risen to 20 CS ahead of Duke.
It's interesting that Ning went towards the Tiamat option. It got nerfed. Takes a little bit more gold to pick up. 25. Usually you would go for it if you have Dark Harvest, just because you want to be able to farm up at that point. But going for it just to farm up and be a much faster clear time in comparison to Sejuani seems to be his go-to. Doesn't want to be lagging behind too much in the larger camps. Maybe he even upgrades it to Titanic. That would be interesting to see.
I'm just still waiting for that first item though. Ning is up to the top side of the map, and with Zhao Yun, see if he can influence mid, because right now, the story is about Rookie. It's 35 CS in his name. This is what happens when you blind pick the Yasuo. You get the throwdown of Rookie on his LeBlanc.
Yeah, they threw a few members here. A lot more now.
Might not be the top side influence, but it is bottom. Kahlua drops the call of the Forge God, and Rookie just walks away casually.
Not sure what he was expecting. If you threw in the Sejuani a little earlier, where she can kind of dictate where LeBlanc actually throws her Deceive, because if he W's forward, then Sejuani could throw in the ultimate and try and bait her out. She either stays in one position and gets hit by Ornn ulti, or goes towards her Deception and gets hit by Sejuani ulti. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But that wasn't there.
Layer of CC doesn't exist just yet, but the ability to is still there. Bottom lane of IG, this is happening once again. Culling into Wuji, but the issue now is that Baolan can dive this. Do Rogue Warriors stick around and sacrifice their turret plating?
I don't even think that, yeah, it's just going to be turret plating. That's literally it. I mean, they don't even want to dive at this point. More successful to just chip at the turret with your passive proc solution. It's kind of crazy. It makes me sad for all defensive AD carries that they're just going to watch gold being whisked away from the towers because of it. Oh, nice.
Well, Rift Herald put up into the top side of the map while Dragon
Oh
gets started.
my god, please.
Never mind.
Stop it.
It just happened. Wuji with the steal. Void Seeker seeks out the Cloud Dragon. That's a freebie. You may lose your bottom lane turret, but that was happening anyway. First turret blood on the top side of the map, and Rogue Warriors say any howdy.
That was beautiful out of just being on the weak side of the map, literally whisking the dragon away. It was the Cloud.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's Ignite down. Huatian is dead here. He flashes Ignite. He can't be saved. Rookie solo kills him out. And although there's a good news stories for Rogue Warriors, it doesn't end there.
Yeah, rest in peace. I mean, this was looking great for Rogue Warriors. They took top lane, pushed it out completely, so Duke had to pick up the wave. They would have been slow to the push that, you know, Sejuani would have levied towards the mid lane, but that's just Rookie turning everything on its head.
And now turning into the fight is Baolan. Triple knock-up, doesn't matter. IG underneath the turret, they'll take themselves, all four of them into the fight. But charge onto Ning! It's IG getting engaged upon Rogue Warriors. Rookie for the trade-off. Shuzu is down, but Jackie Love stays mid. Wuji ults over the wall, luckily enough, but Rookie still happy to take it. Zhao Yun flashes into Rookie. What is this top laner doing? Insanity by Kled takes off the trade. Rogue Warriors bringing in the top laner with a fresh start.
This is what they wanted, man. This is all Rogue Warriors wanted. They wanted a second member who could just jump right in. Black Cleaver picked up by Zhao Yun. And he just gave the side wave to Huatian, says, take that, hold my beer, I'm going in. Great two-man knockup from Baolan initially. I was like, great. This all started because Rookie's early pressure. But charge right in, take down Ning, and they play it slow enough. I wonder if we play the entire thing, because it was literally just this moment. Rookie goes in, he doesn't have a way to escape any longer because he tried to trade on top of Zhang Wuji.
Zhao Yun, the confidence of this top laner. I gotta say, we've seen some nice fresh top laners here in the LPL to start off 2019, and maybe we'll add him to the mix, we'll see.
Remember 3 or 4 years ago, 2015, Marn coming into the LGD. Before I go into story time, seems like this man's about
Rookie
to kill
has
him.
to flash. This Kled 1v1
Follow
over the
him.
wall. Rookie survives the burn. Not enough this time around, but Summoners all down for Rookie.
It's crazy. Now, once upon a time, the LPL just did not have good top laners. No carry top laners.
yeah.
Blindray coming into the league from the, at the time, LSPL was a carry top laner, a breath of fresh air. But now you're just having everybody coming up. Everyone and their mama saying I'm a carry top laner. Duke with a solo lane onto, I guess, Huatian. What the hell happened there? Now he's 0-4-0, the typical Yasuo player you know.
Oh no, it's Soloku Yasuo. This is the dangerous one. He hasn't built his first item yet, and Huatian's just forced to catch waves.
And you know what? I feel this as a Sejuani. You're coming back top lane, you're feeding Yasuo's, just taking a camp of yours. You know it's for the best. You know that it's good that he has some resources.
There's some party of mine that's going, is it really though?
It's not really worth it when you know he's been making irresponsible decisions so far.
Huatian should be closer towards that first item. The Phantom Dancer, I believe, is about 50 gold off. Maybe a little bit more. It's everyone but the mid lane doing reasonable here on Rogue Warriors. A big gold lead for the Kled in the top lane. That's 2,000 gold.
take a look at how strong Skarl is. The HP that he's just providing Zhao Yun. It just means that, I mean, he has his Titanic, sure, that's why. But it means that when the engages come through, you can already see Yasuo coming mid lane. They will be so confident off the back of the movement speed and the initial gauge Zhao Yun will give them.
Only one with 2 items at the moment. Dancer Dance are finally picked up for Huatian. But again, it's up to Zhao Yun, onto Rookie. 2 bindings, whose is whose. Trying to force him off a Skull, and he should do that almost.
Scare him.
One more hit, there's the sigil, onto Zhao Yun. It's the knockup from Baolan. 1v2, can't remount in time. The bounty goes over to Rookie too.
Triple chain, nails him down. No, all he is HP. No resources to back up. So sure, he can try in side lane versus Rookie, but Rookie, when he nails down the first, follows up by the second chain. Also has help, of course, from Alistar, so I'm going to give him his just desserts. Didn't give Zhao Yun time to ult away. But damn, I'm just making it known that solo lane, Rookie's that much stronger.
Kahlua, that was interesting, thinking maybe he could get over the wall, or maybe expecting the dive. IG going to start that exact dive with Call the Forge God from Kahlua. They want to turn this one around. Shuzu sorts out the ult from Huatian, but he has no damage. Duke deletes him immediately, and Baolan taking up all the damage. Zhao Yun comes back in, but he's doing damage to an Alistar. Sure, he may die, and it's a 1v1, but look at the low health bars of Rogue Warriors.
Yeah, you would expect Invictus Gaming to...
Wait a minute! They're going back in, but the charge is stopped by Rookie. Good heads-up play. They jump back in. Rookie has decepted them once again. Kahlua can't get the knock-up on the back. It's John Woo Ji here. Free hitting, free firing onto Duke. Gets the kill. Flashes over. John Woo Ji, an animal, a madman. The turret dive goes wrong in the mid lane. And Jackie Love, John Woo Ji, butt heads.
Split decision-making for both teams. Just ping-ponging them back and forth. Jung Wooji just wants to pick up that wave, but he's not going to be able to do it. Jackie Love is standing firm and will take down the tower.
The 80 carries came up big, or rather 180 carry did. Huatian is chasing this onto Jackie Love. Needs the kill, and he secures it, the first one for the mid laner of Rogue Warriors, making it a delayed ace.
You gotta love it. He starts the fight with his own ulti, immediately dies. It goes on long enough where he's able to come back and push Lucian off. Take a look at how it starts, how quickly Huatian dies here. It feels like about 0.5 seconds, honestly. But then from this point forward, they play it front to back. Zhao Yun does have to back away, almost gets pushed off of Skarl. And here's the real question. Are they gonna jump in? Because I thought they were gonna get died by IG. They move in immediately and split seconds say, let's just all in on Rookie. He can't be left alive, but then you're right, deception back and forth keeps him in.
It was Wuji, he was the hero by the end of this fight. Raz from over the wall, they just couldn't touch him. Not enough damage by the end.
Towers do so much damage. I'd say last season, LeBlanc would have been left alive with about a shred of HP.
Yeah.
2 hits on the tower and dies just off of trading on Killua.
You'd see what Wuji was about to do again on the side note. Stole one Cloud Drake, can't steal the other. Next one Infernal for your mind.
He's confident. You've instilled enough confidence that he's going to keep trying.
He's still one Dragon, trying to tilt them over, trying to tilt Baolan. He gets knocked down with Glacial Prison, knocked up again. Huatian's right on in. It's Wuji with the kill. The 2-item Kai'Sa. Charge is Zhao Yun. That just brings him to the mid lane turret. It's a 5 versus 4.
These towers are just like paper, and Duke just jumps right in.
But he flashes right back out. Zhao Yun starts it up again, and Rookie at the front lines here, blocked away by the wind wall. Rogue Warriors running away. Sonic Wave, resonating strike. Ning, where is it? He jumps in, looking for the kickback. They turn on him. Rogue Warriors keeping the fight going with Jackie Love taking down the support. Supportal combat is over now, though, and Rogue Warriors truly will disengage.
Welcome to the LPL, baby. Back and forth team fights. Reminds me of IG versus JDG in the semifinals last year. It's just gonna be non-stop. Look at Rookie. He wants another one.
Oh, he knocks him up, and they ult straight in. It's Wuji onto Rookie, but the fight continues with Huatian. He's stuck in the middle of it. That's a free kill over to IG, and with Baron up and available and Baolan back, they start it off.
He comes right back to push Zhang Wuji away. Now with no Huatian, feels like the entire game to be honest, 4v5. Can Rogue Warriors pick this one back up?
Wuji's 4-1-4, has 2 items. IG are not committing to this Baron, trying to bring Rogue Warriors closer, but they start putting damage on it, and now they have to commit. They tag down Rookie, who gets hit by the Baron. Wuji still at full health. IG walk towards the brush. They stop Baron, and they didn't lose any members doing it.
Now, thankfully, they stopped them in their tracks. Right now, Sejuani's taking a lot of damage. He's still doesn't have the Warmog. She's building towards it. So at this point in time, HP is not regenerating. She feels very squishy. And remember, one of the biggest changes to the Sejuani pick is that her passive is now changed from just all armor and magic resist to just bonus. She is much squishier as a champion to deal with. So it's going to be on the Assassin's rookie. It's going to be looking for her. Until
you have that late game Sejuani with 2-3 armor magic resist items. Nothing happens. Rookie searching for blood.
No bullying.
But they see him. Huatian, get the hell out of there. There's no way you survive even under turret. Needs to time the wind wall, but Rookie's already backed off. Thank you for toggling the vision. Oh, God.
He's made the right choice this time.
You reckon?
Yes.
I'm not sure. I feel like this game...
You can never be wrong if you vote for IG.
That's what the Colonel thinks.
He's playing it safe. I don't even know. I don't think he's using a formula, to be honest.
He's
making a safe
bet. Is someone just behind the scenes going, I reckon IG.
76%.
Let's throw in percentage.
Has to be.
You'd have to be right. If IG pick up this next Baron, then you feel more comfortable. But it's about Rogue Warriors starting off the engagement they've done multiple times. Kled, Kai'Sa, the two carries that are making a difference means that IG aren't out of the woods just yet.
A key item that still needs to be picked up is the Zhonya's for Zhangwuji. If he gets that, he feels that much more willing to jump in as he has been in the past. He wants to jump in and follow up with how many CC that's there for Invictus Gaming. Oh, they're just going to do it anyway.
It's a horizontal team fight. That misses everyone. Kled with the charge. Xiaoyun has no backup with the last breath onto Baolan. Huatian is just going to get disrupted and deleted. Ning takes the kill, and now Rogue Warriors have to fight backwards. Onto Rookie. He gets exhausted, and Xiaoyun is out of the fight. Wuji trying his hardest, but he can't carry the solo mission from Skull as Jackie-Love walks forward, and this is all she wrote. Fear beyond death, but there is nothing but darkness there. Wuji, where did he go? Where did Juzu go? It's all gone wrong for Rogue Warriors.
Just pure confusion in the battlefield. Literally, the terrain won the fight for Invictus Gaming. There were two battlefields happening. Huatian was completely separated from his team because he chose a fight. He was above the wall. But there's no way Rogue Warriors are going to be chasing that one comfortably. They couldn't start that fight around there, so he dies immediately. And Rogue Warriors, it's happened in the past. Huatian has died quickly in the past, but at least at that point they can follow up. In this case, not even close.
The fresh bait of Huatian makes no difference here as we watch this horizontal fight again.
Take a look at this. Baolan goes up. Guess who follows? Lucian. But who's there? Who are they going to choose? It was Alistar, completely separated Huatian. And then so Rogue Warriors completely focused. But last time around there was great focus fire. This time around it was completely split and separated, so Zhang Wuji gets isolated and assassinated.
Showing the difference, the expertise of these fights. IG come up big because they've played many of these fights before against many different teams around the world. They'll be darned if Rogue Warriors are going to frazzle them in this moment here in Game 2.
Let's take a look at Rookie. This is the second time he's been roaming in the red side of the jungle, just trying to find the man split pushing in the bottom side of the map. One isolation. He's done it just about every game.
Yep.
Finds that one pick, and they try to make the best of it.
Doesn't even have to be alone in the jungle. He can walk into this base, take the turret, even pressure out Huatian, who now without a wind wall and with the Baron buff, this inhibitor turret has dropped. Inhibitor joins it as well. Engage, misses onto Duke, goes
try
gold.
for this.
Huatian still there. Call of the Forge God knocks up. It's the Ornhorn once again. Rookie just deletes the 80 carry from Rogue Warriors. Now they have to fight backwards as Xiaoyun teleported in to make a difference. But there is no difference when Duke is in the fray. Baolan just does not die, and Rogue Warriors are backing away. Rookie in once again on the mid laner. Such a difference here. Ning jumps back in, deletes him, and hops back out.
The strongest leg I've ever seen. He's just going to keep kicking him.
And they push him into the turret. It's Kahlua who drops neck. Not tanky enough in comparison to Baolan. IG showing why they are the world's best here in Game 2.
Just getting it right in the team fights. 2 in a row. It's all they need. Baron buff to follow. You're right, this is going to be a 2-0 for IG.
Undefeated for the start of the spring split. IG make it look so easy, even when Rogue Warriors are compelling. That last Fear Beyond Death shows you how ferocious IG really are.
But I will give OMG and this time around Rogue Warriors some credit. Remember, going up against Invictus Gaming, the Goliaths. And that was a pretty damn good game. They were pushed around. It was Rogue Warriors that found something out about themselves. Zhao Yun is great. He's a great laner, and he's pretty headstrong. A lot of the calls that they made around their top laner was effective. This came down to those split-second decisions being made and just about raw talents, honestly, that Rookie had.
Came down to that one fight as well. Up until then, Rogue Warriors could make a very good case against said Colonel, but for IG, just once again showcasing why they deserve to be here, why a lot of these teams deserve to be here, but especially IG, why they're still a fan favorite to move towards spring playoffs as a top contender.
Honestly, if they weren't a fan favorite, if the Colonel wasn't against them, it wouldn't matter. It's the attributes, it's the gold that gets them going. They call themselves challengers because they haven't gotten a championship thus far in the LPL, but they're the world champions. They're the best in the world. Everyone knows it. You can't run away from that. You can't hide that. So Invictus Gaming, when you go up against them, every game day you have to try your hardest to compete. Rogue Warriors were starting to compete in game 2, but even then, individual members like Hwaxian was simply getting outclassed. Look at the damage he did this game.
It just happens again. It was Jackie Love leading the charts, but even for Rogue Warriors, Wuji started to have a compelling end towards that game. But Ning was just...
I'm trying to look. I don't have my glasses here.
Okay.
So the audience at home, you can tell me who did more damage, the Sejuani or the Yasuo. And that for me is what really decided this game, because Rogue Warriors had some great team fights, and a lot of them, Hwaxian was there for the CC, and he was gone. He was eviscerated. That's what he was there for. He just had such a bad laning phase, put himself in a side lane, still died to the Urgot, and then when the team fights started getting bad for Rogue Warriors, he didn't provide much at all. And so that's really what it comes down to, is that while your team fighting is getting stronger and stronger, the issue is that the individual talent still needs a buff.
At least there were signs of life. Said it like a dead horse with OMG versus IG.
That's true.
Rogue Warriors versus IG. The signs of life were there. The change out of top laners, I think, was a very proactive move.
Yes.
To see how the style affects against... They probably thought, oh, they're going to sub out in for Duke anyway.
Yeah, I think that the fact that we got to see Zhao Yun go up against Duke is a big positive. I wanted to see what it looked like when going up against the Shy, but once again, IG are trying to play around with like their roster at the moment. The only, I guess, players that they can move in and out is literally just the Shy and Duke.
Yep.
And both of them are great. So no, I'm just sad personally, and this is gonna be, I'm gonna share this to you guys. I really wanted to see Duke on another team. This is just me.
Oh,
This is me personally. Just because I know when it comes down to the most influential games, everyone is gonna want to see the best top laner in the world, the Shy, play.
Yep.
And so Duke, who is he's a world champion. He doesn't have to explain anything to you. But when he's not playing, it's just sad. But you know, that's I'm gonna put that to the side.
That's a personal favorite.
That's where you guys
We'll
can
put that.
know a little bit about me.
Yeah.
But yes, I think IG came in, they delivered, they learned a little bit more about themselves, they took down Rogue Warriors. Move on to the next series.
We got an insight as to how IG can be befuzzled or befazzled. I'm not sure what the word is.
One or the other.
Game 1 was a good insight into IG trying new things. Game 2 was them firming it up. At least we could see that these teams, they're almost impenetrable, but they still feel like there's no weaknesses to IG.
Because it comes down to the talent. Remember in game 1, we got to see Ning just literally flex. Just jump right in. Numerous times you're like, it's not a good fight. But he's pretty much, yeah, exactly. Like he either comes out ahead in the 2v4s, or sometimes he dies, but like that's when you learn, even though he made the bad call, you're like, that's how strong he is, right? So the next fight, it's going to get worse for the enemy team. So just speaking about the talent that IG has across the board, from the finals MVP of Ning, has 5. I wonder if it's 6, by the way. I want to see if we're going to find out soon enough, I suppose.
I hope so.
If he's gotten all of the MVPs, because out of the 5 games that he's played,
I feel like
he's
it
got them all.
might be Rookie after that game, though.
Yeah, I know. Just
do Ning anyway.
I just want to rob Rookie. You know what? Rob him of the MVP so we can keep the streak alive.
Yeah, give it to Ning. 6 times around, that's the charm. For Rogue Warriors, maybe we get a bit of an insight of where they sit in the ladder from this series. Potential to stir some of the middle of the pack right now is everyone below second.
Yeah,
I
think that's interesting. I think that Rogue Warriors are a team that at first I put them as the last place team because of the changes that were made. Losing out SMLZ, doing being flawless, that's going to do that for you. And then when you saw the Demacia Cup, I was like, I got that hope. The faith is there, right? There's something real in that team. they still have a lot more to learn. I think the team's still coming in as a developmental squad that they're still trying to figure out, okay, great, this game we learned that Zhao Yun is a great top laner. We can continue, maybe more experience will do it for him. And then they need to learn a little bit more how to utilize their mid lane, because that is currently their largest hole on the map. I know they went up against Rookie, but remember when TOP went up against IG in Series 1, there was still a fight being put up.
Yeah.
Whenever anyone goes up against Rookie, there's a fight being put up. But with Rogue Warriors, when they went up against basically every team thus far, Hwatian has had problems. And so that's something that they'll have to work alongside, and it's really on Suju as well to help him out, get him the ward so he can perform, and just try and accelerate the game in your best side of the map. So these are the worries that Rogue Warriors currently have. They're trying to be the competitive squad in what is a really tough 16-team league.
And just a side note, while you were talking about that, the Rookie matchup netted him the first MVP.
There we go.
Ning's streak is dead. But this one was well deserved as well. Same kills from Ning in first game, for a fun fact.
I like the fact that he, if you're looking at the gesture he's making, if you watch any bit of NBA, any NBA games, that's when you get into 3. And a lot of times that's what it felt like, because LeBlanc was coming halfway across the map to net a kill. The final fight, we got him to just completely 100-0 Zhang Wuji, so that's what you'd expect out of him.
31% of his team's damage in game number 2. Now that's a stat you don't need to put lightly.
Yes.
IG dominant once again. Rogue Warriors, a lot of questions around. It was night and day for Hwatian in the mid lane. When you go up against Rookie, when you blind pick the Yasuo, you go, I wonder what I'm going to be versing here. It's a nice way to open up Rookie to style for his second game.
Yeah, so finally we got to see that one game. I know that a lot of mid laners out there, fans out there that will know the LPL, what they always got to see was like Wei Xiao versus Rookie, when it was like the Yasuo versus Echo, those kind of like matchups that you want to see in the mid lane. Wasn't exactly that, because I think Hwatian's not up to that level yet, but just being able to see at least half of that. Seeing the LeBlanc pick up from Rookie, and for him in like half these team fights, please go back and rewatch them, because how he used Deception is so damn good, and is literally just pushing away Zhang Wuji in all of these fights. He couldn't really pressure on, try and kill a jungle, try and dive with his team, because LeBlanc is like, okay, I'm over here. Nah, I'm back now. So, like, eye contact. Eye contact, you're moving away from me. It's like, so it was fun to watch how he was just able to perform in all these fights.
What's more to expect from Rookie, world-class mid laner from a world-class team. That is it for our broadcast here today. However, moving forward to tomorrow, which is not broadcasted in English. Remember, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday are our broadcast days. You have to watch these one on Huya and Doyu.
Yeah, so it's going to be Snake versus SDG. It was nice to see SDG take down WE in the past, so now they're coming into Snake, who suffered their first loss. So it's going to be on even footing. Then LGD versus RNG in Beijing.
That's going to be a good matchup, because RNG, as you know, are not fielding their main roster.
Yeah, so it's going to be another threat. I remember 2 years back when LGD were going into, trying to fight to get into playoffs, and one of the teams they took down was RNG. They still didn't make playoffs, but they still took down RNG. So that's something that always look back to. I really want to see what LG still has to offer now, because they still have Ian. He's not been playing yet, but it's really Yuki and Kondi, that 2-man that they can work with, and also Kramer and PYL, so hopefully we get to see them at least pick up a game.
So that's tomorrow, but on Wednesday when we return, we got some spicy matchups for you as well. We continue with WE and Suning the super team. Now for WE, that's an interesting start for you. If you haven't seen WE just yet, everything's been changed.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends, right? They have a 10-man roster. They can field 957s, GA, Mystic, and Missing. So, like, they can field essentially a roster that has not changed at all.
True.
But they're not. They are fielding the rookies in their first series. I want to see them fielding the real team here. That's what we have going for us in our first series.
Later you get to see FPX as well, and if you thought Doumbé was fun in Rogue Warriors, well, have a look at him in FPX. They're a team that you can follow quite easily. That is Wednesday for you when our broadcast resumes, but for the English broadcast as well, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday to edge into your heads.
Sunday, baby. That's when you get the match of the week. That's when you get that real sauce. It's going to be my favorite team, JDG, going up against Invictus Gaming. So you already saw what was a great IG to start with today. Take down Rogue Warriors. But in that one and Sunday, you get to see match of the week, Invictus Gaming, JDG.
It's the Dumpling Brothers taking on the world-class mid lane, and of course Duke or the Shy, depending on who plays. I mean, that matchup's going to be so close just because of JDG's changes.
And if you like LeBlanc versus Yasuo, then you'll love Yagao's Yasuo.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at least that one will feel a lot more competitive. I love Yagao. He plays towards what the team needs from him, what Coach Ohm wants from him. But then when Coach Ohm's comfortable, he's like, oh, looks like the draft is looking good, and I have this one pick, and it's going to Yagao.
Never mind.
Lock in the Yasuo and get him going.
Yeah, look, it's definitely going to be a surefire starter. That's coming up on Sunday. That's our matchup of the week, but we're only into week 2, Raz. There's a lot of expectations set for this week, as I think we get some answers. Today we got some answers.
We got a lot of answers.
Whether IG was going to drop a game, the answer to that is no. And to whether if Rogue Warriors are looking like better than a 16th place team, which I think I could say yes to.
I might disagree. But I will say, to answer your point, IG and Griffin are the 2 teams right now in the world that are not only just smashing teams, but are having fun doing it. It feels like they have genuine fun just going all in, trusting in each other's play. I don't see that from teams unless you're like Golden State Warriors, where they truly feel like a super team, just jumping right in. So if you want to see it, match of the week, Sunday, IG versus JDG.
I mean, people are already hyping up the Griffin versus IG, but we're going to get there, folks, and we get there on Wednesday when the English broadcast returns. Big thank you to Raz for dealing with me as always. My name's Asterix. Thank you to our production team. Tomorrow, LPL, no English broadcast, but we'll be back on Wednesday.